Line, I'll just put it here. So I'm here and I do a triple step. And I tend to do a sailor step if it's slower tempos. So you can just go triple step, which is fine, and if you're just learning the swing out for the first time, that's what I would stick with. Hips angle to the left. If you've been doing this for a while, again, you can swing it into a sailor step, and that is still a triple step, but the left foot comes behind. And it is sort of a ball flat when it comes to the footwork. So it's the ball of the foot, coming down flat onto it. So my whole lower body is angled to the left.
It's important to know that she's angled to the left, but she's not angled any forward. She's not angled forward to the left.
Oh, not like this. Yeah, I'm not going like this.
So what it is, if you're not coming back, you're not using that sailor step to come back towards me yet.
Oh no, I'm not moving forward at all. Yeah, so I'm going triple step, but my body is stayed here. Also, my upper body is still facing my partner. My lower body is twisted to the left, but the upper body is always facing. I never would open up like this and have more of a frame. That would be like embarrassing. You mess me up. So I always have my arm in front of me. So it's going to be ball flat. And now I'm ready to throw the swivel. Now swivels are where you put, or you're replacing a rock step. Sometimes there's confusion and you think you're replacing the triple. It's not. I just did a triple. That was my last triple. So I push off of the left foot and I swivel all the way around until if it's slow enough to the point where my heel is forward and I'm bending my knees. And then I can push off of the right foot and swivel back. And still I can stay right here doing this because I don't bring myself forward and there's no one to bring me forward at this time. So I have a triple step, swivel. It's kind of hard to do that. I can use my hand here, right? Oh, thank you. So I've got triple step, swivel. When I'm doing this, I use my partner. I get down, and I'm actually kind of pulling back because it makes for a better swivel. I can get a better swivel by using the weight of my partner. So, this is a good classroom situation. Use your partner. And if they're feeling a little, wimpy about it, take them down.
Well, I will say, I don't feel like I'm in a tug of war with it.
No.
When you're doing this. So, while you're using my weight to kind of help give yourself a little bit more definition to your swivel, you're not like...
yeah, I'm not actually trying to take them down, but if I have to right now for them to get the impression, realize that I am bigger. I do weigh a fair amount. So, you do have to be prepared for different ways. All right, so let's just do this. Let's take our partner's hand on the line, follows. I have a minute. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, backing up, step, set it up, 1, 2. Partner back, we can follow back right now, don't bring them forward. And we are just doing this and staying back. So I sink down and I use my partner's weight. Don't be hesitant to do that. The tendency is to loosen up at this point and try to get yourself to come forward. Don't do it. Stay back. Pretend they have garlic.
So, and on the lead on this, I want to make sure that you're on your second triple, you're sitting down a little bit because I want you to get used to the idea. Like, we're not pulling them back in just yet, but I want you to get used to the idea of having that second triple kind of like digging into the ground a little bit, because what normally happens out of that is then you pull
Which we are
back in.
going to do. Yeah, so you want to kind of get that habit of anchoring.
Yeah, so anything you think about it when I'm doing it is that I'm actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Like, I'm actually kind of like pulling a little bit, like I'm not moving a lot, but I'm kind of beginning to go this direction. Like, I'm beginning to sneak out the door a little bit.
Yeah, he's setting up. I can tell actually, you can tell that while you're doing your swivels, or actually you can tell while you're doing your triples, whether you're going to be brought forward or not, because the arm tightens up a little bit without actually moving. So that lead is already there, and already I'm like, I'm going to be coming forward on my swivels.
I try to do it more with my legs than my arm, but yeah, the lead tightens.
There's different
position here. And as we're setting it up, I'm creeping back on this triple step on the 7 and 8, and then when it gets to 1, 2, I'm typically not doing a traditional rock step where I go rock and I bring myself forward. I'm actually rock together, triple step, triple step, rock together, triple step, 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 triple step. Okay? So you can do a rock step, okay? Especially if the follow doesn't come forward enough on the pullback hit for whatever reason. But if you execute it as a rock step, sometimes you get there really too soon. You're trying to like meet up at a particular time. So if I do a rock step, I'm like, yeah, I have it. It's that sort of surprise. I'm trying to hang out and bring the follow back to me. Okay, and then I'm trying to catch the follow and have her spin me back around again. And I'm basically borrowing her momentum to kind of help execute this move at various points.
Okay.
Yeah, so it goes 1, 2, triple step, 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 triple step, rock together, triple step, 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 triple step.
1, 2.
Yes. And the key for this is I'm establishing that direction on that 1, 2. Okay? I want to be very clear about the direction on that. And on that 1, 2, another reason I don't rock forward is because if I rock forward, I might end up back on the line. And I don't want to end up on her line. I want to get off the line.
Okay, so follows. If you haven't done this before, the basic footwork is going to be step, step. That's it. That's as far as you go. And then you pivot. Triple step. Okay? So that's it. And the tendency, again, when you first learn it is to go too far. So we're being rough forward, we're on the, okay, triple step. And when it's really fast music, that's all you can do. You're running through it. It's going to be a step, step, or go on with it, because sometimes it's fast. If it's slower, you can throw in lots of big swivels. Not too slow. I mean, you can throw in swivels pretty much most of the time, but sometimes it's too fast. So we're here, and now we're starting over again.
Right, and we're...
Step, step, set it up. 1, 2, triple step. Step, step, set it up. So real quick with the follows, let's go on our tracks. And then we're going to step out with our right foot, and then step out with the left foot. Okay, that's it. Now we're going to pivot back and go triple step. That's as far as we go, and now we're ready to continue on, right? So let's do it here. We've got it. Triple step. 1, 2. Triple step. This is where they're kind of straddling our track, sort of. And now we're coming back down again. Step, step. Triple step. 1, 2. Triple step. Step, step, triple step. If you've been doing it for a while and you want to add the swivel in there, it's going to be triple step, 1, 2, and then you have to swivel all the way around. It's kind of fun, but you do have to kind of get used to that. So if you're just starting off and you're keeping it, just keep a straight track, just do your step, 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 triple step, or if the tempo is fast. But if not, you can start practicing swiveling and then bringing it back around again. So play with it. You have to force it on the social dance floor to get comfortable with it, because you will keep gravitating back to what is comfortable for you. But this is cooler.
Now, Sue,
yes?
How do you know that they're supposed to be doing that pivot? Like, I'm not saying anything.
No, this is totally us.
Right, but I mean, what's the indicator for you that...
For what?
So, like, a connection here, right, is the back...
Oh, you mean that I'm coming forward?
Yeah, but you're coming
Oh, yes, right here, I'm keeping my arm in position. I don't release my frame, of course, right, because that would screw the whole thing up. So I'm keeping this in a firm position. I did my triple step, but right now, he just sat back a little, and I can feel it, and I'm thinking, I'm going to be brought forward. I mean, I know immediately that I'm being brought forward. His elbow didn't pull me back. This is smooth Lindy too, right? And so what happens is if you do a triple step, and he moves that elbow at all, it gives me that little jerky feeling, and you just lost your smooth Lindy. So anybody who pulls the elbow, even a little bit, doesn't have to, because it's a body lead, right?
Yeah,
It's stepping back with his body to do this.
I'm totally thinking about my thighs creating this lead. Okay, like I'm this lead entirely comes from the lower half of my body. And then she spins around and then we're back to doing the same thing. But then I'm always sitting down with my butt to create this lead.
Okay, that's the best.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
But eventually, next week, this is what it's gonna look like.
It's rock, step, triple step, 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 kick, ball change, kick, ball change, step, 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 kick, ball change, kick, ball change.
Which is just another side style, you really can throw in there to look a little more interesting in your footwork. It's not lead. So, I mean, if you see your partner doing it, you might want to match them, but you don't have to.
Right. And so,
But it is, and we'll talk more about it next week. So right now, your homework is going to be kick, ball change. Basically, it's just what it sounds like. It's a little kick or stuff, and then the ball of the foot does a weight change. You do not want to go kick, ball change. You want the head to stay level. It's all absorbed in the knees. Kick, ball change. This is really handy, especially follows, because we can always, it's not the leads actually, but we can throw this into our swivels. Or we can just, instead of a triple, instead of a rock step, you can always do a kickball change instead of it. You can replace it, so it's kind of a handy and cute little style move anyway. But this week we want you to practice, so kick, ball change, and kick, ball change. So we're going to kick, ball change, and kick, ball change. There is a, and we'll talk more about it next week, but just practice doing that umpteen times on one foot, and then umpteen times on the other foot.
but eventually, we're gonna be chaining them like so.
Right, so it's a cute little move.
Okay, kicking with the heel, ball change, heel, ball change.
Right, we never point our toes, we're the big hoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. Okay, so that's your homework for this week.